Hey, what's up you guys, welcome back to Geek in the Closet, and today we are going to be looking at this DC Icons Green Lantern Hal Jordan figure by DC Collectibles. Now Hal Jordan comes in this slightly huger window box packaging. As you can see, the figure is clearly displayed over there together with all the accessories that come together with him, 26 pieces all together. It says Icons right here and the Green Lantern logo here, of course. It says DC Collectibles. Green Lantern Hal Jordan right here, figure number 9. Yep. And on the side here it says Green Lantern Hal Jordan, and it's actually according to Dark Days Jours Sombres right there. And on the back you can see the figures available in this wave. And here's a look at Hal Jordan outside of the box packaging, together with all the 26 pieces of his armor everywhere on the table right now. And so let's get to it. Let's have a look at the accessories that come together with the figure. So of course, aside from this fisted default hands right here, he does come with alternative hands as well, which is actually slightly, just slightly, ever so slightly open palmed right there. As you can see, the ring is on his right hand. Yep, is that right? Yeah, that's right. On his right hand, like so. Nothing much going on. No painted detail. No detail sculpted on the ring itself. It's just basically a green blotch right there. Nothing on this. The other side of his hand has come with his iconic lantern, and actually this lantern is pretty cool. Aside from the fact that this particular handle right here seems to be a little bit brittle, so do be careful. This thing will definitely break if you apply a little bit of pressure the wrong way. Now the thing about this one is that on the inside you can actually see that it's actually made of something like a round plastic right there to give it that effect, that fishbowl effect right there, which is actually kind of cool. Very cool touch to it. Now of course, aside from all the weapons that come together with him, he does come with this punching hand. This energy punching hand right, which basically just fits in like so. Of course, if you do not want to use the weapons that came together with his armor, you can actually just use this one, which is a great accessory to have, although it's only his right hand. Now let's start building the armor that he came with. Of course, this is his left leg right here. It's actually made of a just translucent green plastic, very hard plastic right there. It fits like so. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit securely, so you will be experiencing shakiness and whatsoever, and I feel that that's kind of a bummer for me. So I had to stop the video for a while because his legs won't fit, obviously, because I accidentally switched this two back leg with one another. That's why it won't fit, so do take note of that. I'm just a freaking idiot. And so this is what happens. I mean, it looks good and everything. The fact that this particular part right here is articulated to accommodate for his articulation on his ankles right there, which is excellent, but unfortunately it doesn't fit securely. After this part is actually this particular part which covers his leg like so, and then this one goes at the back. Don't worry, because this particular figure set does come with a manual, so you won't, I think a monkey will be able to put this together, so don't worry about it too much. And then it fits right in here. With my particular figure, this part is super tight. This part is just particularly super tightly fit, whereby the rest isn't. So hopefully you'll not be experiencing some quality issues, quality control issues when it comes to that. So this is the bottom part of the armor, which I don't know, which actually looks kind of cool. Let's move on with his shoulder pads first, which just clips on like so. Now the shoulder pads actually look cool. Yeah. And of course he does come with these weaponized arms right here. One arm, this particular arm, you'll be able to flip this open to actually be able to see the ammo, the missiles that come together with him, which is actually it's such an awesome feature. However, there's nothing going on this side. So what you're gonna do is just pop his wrist off like so. I already noticed that one of his, I mean you pop it off at the glove. Unfortunately for mine, his right glove is very, very loose, and that is actually a big problem for me. So what you do is just peg it in, peg the other one in. You'll be definitely be experiencing some fallen parts and some of the plasticky parts like flying out as you are assembling this. And there you go. Okay, fits well. And of course, the last but not least is his helmet thingy-majiggy. Now something to note, that as I was fixing these two wings were detached in the box packaging. These two are super tightly fit, and I actually accidentally snapped off one of these fins, unfortunately, and I had to actually apply some hot glue, and as you can see, it's still actually moving. That is a super big ass bummer for me. Oh, you can actually see like the hot glue still sticking there. Okay, anyway, so what you're gonna do is just hook this over his shoulders, and at there's a crotch area thingy majiggy right there, and this one goes over his head, and that's it. That's it. Now I would have preferred that this part right here would probably, I don't know, clip or something, but it's actually left left just like that, and this is somewhat, I don't know, it's really loose. If you were to move him around or anything like that, you can see it actually jiggling away, because the thing is, this part, this crotch area and his torso area is not securely fastened right there. So what would be cool is that, you know, instead of having like individual pieces, you know, pros and cons, individual pieces, you can actually mix and match them. You know, if you don't want this particular armor, you can have him just with this this arm right here or whatever. You know, if this particular suit comes in one piece, at least he is securely fastened, securely inside the suit. So it really depends on your preference. This part right here, not forgetting, it's actually articulated together with the wings as well, which is actually good, because, you know, due to the fact that he won't be able to look up. So this motion right here, you know, if you want to pose him in a flying motion right here, that'd be weird. So if this particular part is articulated like so, is moved like so, he's probably boosting forwards, moving forwards instead. Now, one more thing to note about this particular Green Lantern armored suit right here is that it was marketed to be a deluxe figure. So I would have assumed that it was actually slightly, would be much more bigger or much more taller compared to the rest, probably the rest of DC Icons figures. But unfortunately, as you can see right here, Black Adam is still taller compared to the Green Lantern himself. I would have preferred, like, probably, I don't know, something to make this Green Lantern figure to look more to look more, I don't know, intimidating, to look more big sized, I guess. Yes, you can actually see that he's just slightly ever so taller than Green Arrow right here. Now let's have a closer look at Hal Jordan, the figure himself. Starting with his head sculpt right here, it's actually a very good looking head sculpt right there. He does remind me of Hal Jordan himself, with his frown right there, and of course his angry looking face, whited out eyes. His hair is just basically plain brown with just a little bit of black wash in there. Nothing much going on. Very similar to the DC Collectibles New 52 Green Lantern figure that we previously had. Moving downwards to his torso area, this particular Green Lantern logo on his chest is not sculpted in there. It's just basically probably painted or probably just a sticker, which is unfortunate. He does not have, I mean, in comparison with the DC Collectibles New 52 figure, he does not have that glitter as much. His gloves are not really white. It's sort of like a pearly white instead. This is how he looks from the back. Very nicely sculpted, with his muscles and everything like that. His armor very accurate to the character himself. Muscles sculpted on his legs like so. Moving downwards, his boots as well, similarly painted with his body right there, and there are 2 peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Now in terms of articulation, Hal Jordan is able to turn his head left and right. Not much of a downward movement or an upward movement there. I would say there's no upward movement at all. And one of the problems that I have actually noticed is that if you were to look from above, you will definitely notice like the holes for these articulation right there. It's sort of a bummer because even if you were to put him like so, you will notice the holes as well. Oh well. So he is able to move his arms that much, forwards, backwards, whatever. There is a bicep swivel right here and a double jointed elbow right there. Problem with my my Hal Jordan figure is that his left hand keeps popping off on me, and it seems to be a little bit annoying, but oh well. His wrist is able to swivel and it hinges too. He does have this particular joint on his torso area right here, which allows him to do yes, it actually allows him to turn like so. It crunches just a little bit backwards. I can actually feel it going backwards ever so slightly. He does have this weird joint right here, which allows him only to crunch forward like so, and backwards not so much. His legs is similar to the rest of the DC Icons figures, which does not allow him to kick forward. Backward movement, none whatsoever. Very, very minimal because of how his ass is sculpted right there. And he does come with this double jointed knee. Oh yeah, this boot cut right there, it hinges on his ankles, and there's actually this ankle pivot as well. Now overall, I think that this Green Lantern figure, this deluxe figure over here, is just an okay figure. I mean, if you would like to call it a deluxe figure, I would have preferred it to be, I don't know, slightly bigger, somewhat much more menacing looking. Perhaps around the same size as the Lex Luthor armored figure from DC Collectibles. Then that's a perfect size for this particular figure, I feel. And the fact that, I mean, these particular plastic parts is moving around when you're actually, you know, playing with it and whatsoever, it makes it seems a little bit cheap. But of course, relative to the price, it's actually okay. But this really bothers me. I mean, how these parts aren't actually secure on this particular figure, especially this helmet part right here, right? If I do not adjust it properly, this helmet part may, you know, be a little bit to the left or be a little bit to the right, and that's really not cool. So I guess, yeah, but still, it's actually an okay figure depending on what you're looking for. For me, I would have preferred, you know, a little bit of quality, a little bit more solidness when it comes to this figure, but oh well. Anyway, that's it for my review, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.